Hi Sagittarius, welcome back. So Sagittarius, this is going to be your July you versus them reading. I'm going to go back and forth between you and the person you may be connecting with. Keep in mind that the person you may be connecting with can be intimate or platonic. Take it as it resonates. It can also be interchangeable, all right? So the shared energy that came out for you, Sagittarius, was this very complex energy, okay? And this is the shared karma, so to speak, within the connection. So it talks about, it's complicated, I don't know how else to say it. Right off the bat, that's the message, okay? So you might be a little bit mystified during this time frame as to why someone is doing some of the things that they're doing or behaving the way they're behaving, or why things are happening the way they're happening, but keep in mind, Sagittarius, that this is it's going to require some transformations, okay, on your part or this person's part. And in the big scheme of things, in the big picture, this will help you to see the big picture, okay? So whatever July brings you, keep that in mind. You're getting more informed, all right? That's for absolute sure. There may be some adjustments required on your side or this person's side, but we'll see. So your overall energy then, Sagittarius, is action, okay? So this is the Knight of Wands, and I feel like that's exactly what you're ready, you're on ready, Sagittarius. You're ready for action in your life, okay? You're ready for movement. Some of you are ready to feel alive, exhilarated, you may be really craving that energy during this time period. Now, this person's in the Eight of Wands, which is about journeys. So I feel like the person that you are connecting with, Sagittarius, they are on a journey, you know what I'm saying? And for them, it has a lot to do with communication and the way that they communicate and or miscommunicate or don't communicate. So it's all about communication on this person's side, either way. So that's an interesting start. Now we're going to go into, my cards fell. That's okay. I was done with that deck. All right, so now we're going to go into your recent past, Sagittarius, and see what led up to this moment for you. And then I'm going to go back and forth and look at perception of each other, your genuine feelings, your blockages, and the future energy. Okay. So recent past energy for Sagittarius. What is the recent past energy for Sagittarius? So you have the Hanged Man here, the Nine of Cups, and the Palace of Coins. It's just like this energy, Sagittarius, of like, just sit back and wait. Sit back and wait. Sit back and enjoy. You know what I'm saying? That may have been hard for you to do, right? Especially when things get complicated. But I feel like leading up to this moment, Sagittarius, it has caused you to look at things from a different perspective, and you have gained enlightenment during this process. And what you've gained enlightenment about through this connection or this lesson or this process is what emotionally makes you feel satisfied, all right? And finding that sense of satisfaction again, searching for that satisfaction, all right? It's been all about your practical reality leading up to this. My table just broke. Seriously, everywhere. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I don't think I've had that happen before. So hold please. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. There's a couple interesting epiphanies that came to me when I was cleaning up. And I've had my table collapse only one other time, and it was like over a year ago, and it was during a Leo reading, so some of you certainly could have a connection with Leo, but when I was picking things up, I noticed that my cards weren't all here. So I had been doing readings before I started this reading, and a good portion of the deck was on another desk of mine, so I must have left it over there and didn't bring it back with me. So I thought, ooh, now what happens if I would have continued with that reading and I didn't even have all of the possibilities in my hands? I would have maybe not been as thorough or as accurate. So while I was taking that into consideration, I got an image, right, of a lot of scattered things. So obviously I'm picking up scattered cards. I feel like Sagittarius, I do not believe in coincidences. I think that you might be having a lot of scattered thoughts. Things might seem very unorganized around you, and or if you have been unorganized, all right, and you've noticed that in yourself, it's stemming from a place of you that is internally scattered and it's showing up in your external world, okay? So I think that that could be something that you're dealing with in July or have been dealing with, or this person. Okay, but I would say, you know, definitely expect the unexpected this month. And don't take that as a way of like, oh my gosh, I need to be scared. No, it's just because you're going to pick up the pieces just fine, just as I did just now. You will find a way. So don't worry, okay? And I know people hate when I say that. How can you tell me not to worry? I'm telling you that because it will not change anything by worrying. It will only make you miserable in the process. So if things fall apart or things seem scattered for you in July, come back to this reading and remember this one thing. You are in charge, okay? And you can pull all of those pieces back together and start fresh and take what you needed from that experience, okay? And let it make you stronger, Sagittarius. So some of you, what I just described has been what's been leading up to now. So it may be past energy for a good portion of you. Others of you, that may be energy you're coming into contact with presently or in July. But again, it goes right along with what I said at the beginning of the reading. It's complicated, right? So let's see the person you are connecting with, Sagittarius. What is their recent past energy leading up to the now? They have the Nine of Pentacles here. Then the King of Cups and then the Empress. So Sagittarius, again, this person's they're on an emotional journey, that's for sure. Okay, I feel like this person in the recent past has been in this vibe where they want to be free to be able to feel the way that they want to feel. And maybe they didn't really express that to you in the past, or maybe this person wasn't really good at expressing their emotions in a way that created understanding rather than conflict. But I feel like that in the recent past, this person has been doing some nurturing on themselves, been doing work with themselves, been trying to be patient with themselves because they want to feel in control. They want to feel at peace, okay? So I feel like they have been trying to get into that energy, or have been in that energy for some of them, because again, it's all about the journey over here for them. So let's look at perception then, shall we? Keep in mind that perception is in the eye of the beholder, so you gotta kind of take it with a grain of salt. But what is your perception of this connection? Seven of Cups, the Lovers in reverse, the Ace of Coins, whoa, yeah, the Tree of Life, Five of Swords in the reverse, Two of Coins, the Palace of Wands, wow, and the Moon. So Sagittarius, we're going to take this one card at a time. I feel like there was emotional confusion within the connection, that's for absolutely sure. And it could, when you think about the connection, you feel like this person didn't choose you, or doesn't choose you over them, or doesn't choose you over someone else for some of you, or other things in their life. But there's this feeling of not being chosen, or, you know, I feel like this connection has made you really reconsider your emotional self and what it is that you want to creatively go towards when it comes to commitments and relationships, okay? So it's caused you to stop and have that perspective I talked about earlier. There is a sense of rejection within the connection, whether that's coming from your end or their end. But I feel like we're coming out of that powerless energy and we're going into powerful energy here, Sagittarius, even if it doesn't feel like it yet. But I feel like some of you really claimed your power back, okay, because of this connection or within this connection, because all of a sudden the energy switches here and you see a cooperative possibility or cooperation for some of you, or you're getting evidence of that, all right? And, you know, it's, I don't know why I get what to say. It's so complicated. It's so complex because it's not like this connection does not take the form of what would be considered a traditional path in a relationship where you're like at step 1, step 2, step 3. This connection's more like step 1 and then -1 and then 2 and then maybe 5 and then 7 and then 1 and then 3 and then 4. You know, it's there's a lot of juxtaposition in the connection. I'm not sure if that's the right word. That word came to me in another reading, and I keep using it, and I don't even know if I'm using it in the right way, but you get what I'm saying, right? So let's see what this person's connection is of you. And you know what I just noticed? I just got an alert that my phone is going to die. Another distraction. Hold on a second. Sorry. All right. Wow. That's frustrating. I feel like you have a lot of distractions going on for you in July. I mean, I can't even explain how many distractions I've had during this reading. And like I said, I do not believe in coincidences, Sagittarius. So you may be having a lot of distractions come your way. And that may be why it's not step 1, step 2, step 3, because it's like either outside circumstances keep throwing the situation off, or there's just a very unorganized, scattered energy here surrounding the connection. So let's see what this person's perception is then. And you have Justice and the Knight of Wands, Strength, and the Eight of Swords. So this person's perception, Sagittarius, when they think of the connection, you know, they feel like that there could be balance here and excitement and exhilaration and a very powerful union, so to speak, right? And then look at this card right here in the middle of all of that, this Eight of Swords. So there's restrictions here. You know, this person feels like they have restrictions placed on them, or the connection possibly. And it kind of impedes this other very positive energy here. So they feel that the connection has a lot of strength, you know, that it is exciting, okay, that it brings them some sort of balance in their life, but it also drives them insane, okay? It also picks at their brain. It also gets in their head. Or this is self-inflicted, okay, by you or them. So that was perception. Now let's see how you genuinely feel underneath all of that, Sagittarius. So underneath perception, at the core of your being, what is your feelings and intentions towards the connection? You have the Two of Coins out. It's in the reverse. Then the Ten of Coins. Whoa. Then you are here. Oh, beautiful, Sagittarius. So I feel like Sagittarius, deep down inside, you don't want to go back and forth anymore. You want to be of one mind and one mind only. And I think you're tired of this pull, like never really knowing where you're going to be pulled to next, feeling like you don't really have control over that, feeling a bit scattered in the energy. You're sick of that. You're so sick of that, you know, because your genuine inner self, your higher self, what you're looking for is a foundation that you can build on and be yourself in, and to feel good and to look good and to be you. Be you. Okay, that's what your genuine desire is here, Sagittarius. Okay, you want that in your life. Yes, you want freedom, but you also want a good foundation. Yes, you want to be able to, you know, put yourself out there and be yourself, but you also want something stable to come home to, you know, and you're tired of the back and forth. And what is this person's genuine desire and their genuine feelings here? The heart of the matter, the Nine of Swords. They don't think they're good enough. That's the first thing that came to my mind. For who? Here you are, the Queen of Wands. Give me one more. And this person, whoa, there's the Eight of Wands again. So now it showed up twice. So this person, at the core of their being, like I said, they have a sense of not feeling good enough. Now, that could have came from you. I doubt it. This is something that probably is a repeated issue in this person's life. And that could be the journey that they're on to gain compassion for themselves. For themselves. You cannot give compassion to someone else if you do not have compassion for yourself. Okay, so I think this person struggles with that emotionally, internally. What they genuinely want is an opportunity to talk or to move things forward, because this is all about creative expression and progression right here at the core of their being. Okay, so they are looking for action. You want action, they want action. You want movement forward, they want movement forward. In a big way. In a big way. You know, they want to see that forward momentum. They're hoping for that. They're desiring for that. Sagittarius. So what is the blockage then on your side? Oh my gosh, the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands has come out 3 freaking times. Y'all need to get on the same page. Maybe talk, communicate. There's some of you where you're not speaking to this person right now, and maybe you have your reasons, and that's fine, But if you're having trouble moving forward and letting go, then perhaps there needs to be a conversation here, okay? And if this person is not willing to have that conversation, then that's your answer. All right? And that could be interchangeable. That message could also be for your cross watcher. But even if you are with this person and they're in your everyday life, there is miscommunication here. Like the way that you communicate is a blockage for some reason here, okay? Or don't communicate. Something about communication. So what is the blockage on their side? Being able to see outside of themselves. This person has trouble being able to elevate themselves above what they're experiencing in the now, okay? And that means, I'm trying to think of a different way to put this. They get so involved in what they're feeling emotionally and and get all of their attention towards that they lack seeing the bigger picture, okay? And that's a blockage for this person. So now we're going to look at most likely future outcomes for you, Sagittarius, and keep in mind that all of the future outcomes can be changed with your free will. You're in control of your life, not me. I'm just giving you a snapshot at the possible outcomes here for July for Sagittarius. The Palace of Swords in the reverse. Wow, those all came out in the reverse. So then you have the Page of Wands, Judgment, the King of Cups, and the King of Coins. And they all came out in the reverse. And we double check, yes. Okay, my cards are in the upright. So this is a very complicated, confusing energy. Sagittarius. Someone lacks peace of mind here, okay? Now, when we lack peace of mind, it is usually because we are giving focus to a thought that is not in our highest good. Like things we fear, things we regret, things we feel guilty over, things we haven't forgiven ourselves for. Those types of thoughts are creating chaos in the mind, all right, whether that's you or the person you're dealing with. I feel like Sagittarius in the future energy, it's like, you know, in a good way, you are kind of releasing judgment here, all right? And if you were the one doing that, then this is saying release that judgment of yourself. You know, be kind to yourself. And I see a lot of you doing that, okay? So releasing that, I don't know, that little voice that really gets to you in the back of your head. There is a sense of really having a hard time getting in touch with your well-being. But I think that the good news is here, Sagittarius, that all of these cards can be changed, right? So if you... Some of you might get sucked into this trap where you kind of lose your footing a little bit and you get disorganized, and then you start letting yourself go back into negative thinking and, you know, really judging harshly yourself, and then you feed that emotion and it causes a lack of well-being. That's a possibility. Some of you may definitely do that. All right. Now, there's a whole nother group of you that have understood, you know, I guess the lessons from the past. And so what instead this could represent is having peace of mind and getting excited again about decisions that are for your highest good and your well-being, and that make you feel really powerful and grounded. So you see, it's the same energy. But the way you choose to create and cultivate that energy, Sagittarius, is entirely up to you, as you are the creator, all right, of your own experience. And so I feel like that's the two different outcomes based on how you handle this, right? Let's see what this person's most likely outcome is. The Eight of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles. So this person's getting really, really dedicated in doing things that are for their highest good. And they have really put a lot of thought, I think, into what they want, Sagittarius. They are wanting to see evidence of that, to create. This person, if they've lacked seeing your self-worth in the past, then they're seeing it. Especially if you're staying high vibrational despite all of these complications that have come in, despite all of these influences around the situation. If you've held your own, and I see at least 50% of you have held your own, despite all of this crap that's happened during this reading, during this time, in this connection, they see that. They get that. They understand that. They know that you can be on your own. They know that you know your self-worth. All right. And this person, they see that dedication there. And I think that's why they genuinely want some movement forward here, progression. This person has also worked on their emotional well-being, and they see the connection as something that has strength in it, okay? Now here you are over here, you know, finding your satisfaction leading up into this point, but you see this connection as being so complex, but think of all the things that it's taught you. It's amazing. You have learned about how to connect with yourself here, Sagittarius. You've learned about emotional well-being and what it feels like when you're not in your well-being. You have learned how to handle rejection and put yourself in a place where you are no longer powerless, but powerful. Yes. So, whether you continue in this connection or not is irrelevant, because you've gained all of what you needed. And so it's kind of your choice. Some of you are going to stand in your power, and that's fine. Others of you, caution, because you may inadvertently get sucked into old past patterns and mistakes. But I think most of you are going to stand in your power, okay? And this person sees that. They will see that, and they want movement forward, Sagittarius. So, wow, complex reading. Let me tell you what zodiac signs I have out, or that you may be connecting with. Keep in mind, it's a general reading, so it could be any zodiac sign, guys. I just tell you them because you like to hear it. But I have Sagittarius here. You certainly could be dealing with another Sagittarius. I have Virgo here. I have Scorpio here. I have Libra. I have Aries, Taurus, Aquarius, Pisces, Gemini, Leo, Cancer, Capricorn, yeah, Libra again. So those are the primary zodiac signs I see, but keep in mind it can be any zodiac sign. It is a general reading. Thank you so much for joining me. Sagittarius, don't click off yet. Don't click off yet. You are my highest viewed zodiac sign so far this past month. Your last reading really took off. I think it's only a few hundred away from 100,000 views, which is amazing. So I just wanted to take a moment to tell you thank you, thank you, thank you. Please know that I love all of you so much, and I've always had an affinity for the sign of Sagittarius, but now more so than ever. So thank you for the support and appreciate you. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. If you want to check me out for more fun stuff, you can find me on Facebook and Instagram, linked in my description box below. If you click the arrow, it'll pull open the description box. You can click right in it from there, or you can click on the links from the About tab. Also, check out my merchandise linked below as well. Wishing you the best. Till next time, my friends. Namaste. Bye.